Shalom. Just want to start the lesson off by saying all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Baharaka Kodash. I just want to say enough respect to all of the Akim laboring in the truth, sincerely, diligently pushing the gospel throughout the four corners of the earth, and that would be the brothers of Great Millstone and the other like-minded brothers. And I want to say double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us, and to our sisters, our Akwath, sincerely listening and learning. To you I say shalom. Topic for the lesson is going to be, especially in these times, tame the tongue, right? And this go for me as well, you know what I mean, because especially me coming from a background where, you know, I used to be a very fiery person, you know, still have a tendency to a bit, you know, but I'm working on that as well, you understand? So this lesson, and that proves that, you know, this lesson is not coming from me, it's coming from the Spirit, you understand? Because it's something that I can learn from as well, you understand? And the times are evil, yeah, demonic activity is at an all-time high, you understand? And in a few months from now, it is about to ramp up to some ridiculously insane levels, because Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to unleash his wrath by way of his left hand, via Satan and his legion of demons, followed by spirits of vengeance, you know. And the spirits of vengeance, for example, a man slay his wife and slay his two kids and then turn the gun on himself, you know. That spirit was sent here in this lifetime at that time to execute judgment on that woman and those kids prior to sins that they committed either in this lifetime or in the last lifetime. You understand? And at the end of the day, that's all by design, you know. The Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is not a respecter of person, you know, pursuing to the book of Romans chapter 2 verse 11, where it says, for there is no respect of person with Yahweh. You understand? So we have to learn that. See? Where am I going with this? Because of our actions. You understand? Watch your tongue. Be aware of the times that we're living in. You understand? Let's get the book of Proverbs. Yeah, man, enough ranting. Let the scriptures do the talking. So this is Proverbs 15, and we're kicking it off from verse 1. Right? And it says, a soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. You understand? And that is very true. For example, you're walking on the road, you're not wearing your mask, police pull over. Where's your mask? You know? You can just say, I'm sorry, officer. Was just catching some fresh air. Let me put it on right now. You understand? You see how easy that is? You see how easy that is? That's a soft answer. You know? When we say soft answer, soft don't mean being effeminate. You know? It just simply means you are giving a response that diffuses the situation. You understand? So you don't give a harsh answer. So when the officer asks you, where's your mask? You know? You can say, I'm sorry, officer. I was just catching some fresh air. Let me put it on right now. You know, versus when you go ahead and say, it doesn't protect us. It's killing us. I don't want to wear it. I know my rights. You know? Then that's when you get the button across your face, or you get the button across your back, you know, pinned down to the ground, thrown in a van on the way to the cell. Why? Because he didn't tame his tongue. You understand? So through the Bible, we learn wisdom. You understand me? I say I acquire knowledge as to how to go about life. This is the ultimate book. You understand? Proverbs 21, verse 23. Whoso keepeth his mouth and his tongue keepeth his souls from trouble. You see that? You keep your mouth, it keep your soul from trouble. You understand me? I say, for example, in your workplace, when them ask if you're going to take the Vanessa, by now you should know what the Vanessa is. You know, if you don't know what the brothers call Vanessa by now, it means you're not following along. You understand? So when them ask you at your workplace, your boss or your supervisor, you know, or a co-worker ask you if you're going to take Vanessa, you know, a wise response will be, I'll do what I need to keep myself safe. So you never you understand what I say? You know? So technically, you not going on a date with Vanessa, you know, technically you are keeping yourself safe. So that was a very wise answer. You'll do what you need to do to keep yourself safe, you know. Which, if you don't date Vanessa, you are keeping yourself safe. So you never give them a direct answer, but a wise one, you know. An evasive answer, if you will. Versus, if them ask you if you're going to take Vanessa and you say, no, I don't want that, you know. And then you try to go into different kind of reasons as to why, you know, trying to be too deep, you know. And you try to get too deep, then you drown. Because why? There was a co-worker, you know, that was close by, you know, who is close to the supervisor or the CEO of the company, overheard you, you know. Which, if they plan to make it a law, if they plan to make it a law 2 weeks time, that everybody should take Vanessa, because of your wagging tongue, they released you 1 week before. You know what I mean? And that would be judgment from your bashim, your shy. That's not you walking away, that's you being laid off because you chat too much. You understand me I say? So we try to be as prudent as possible in this truth, you know, especially when it comes on to relatives. You understand? You don't want to start a fire that you won't be able to put out. You understand me I say? And that's why the men of the Lord walk in wisdom, and the men of Yahweh Hashem Yahshai teaches, you know, the flock to walk in wisdom as well. You understand? And one of those is learning how to move, you know, be as wise as a serpent. You understand me I say? Learn how to navigate yourself throughout these times, right? What am I looking for? 28th chapter of Ecclesiasticus verses what? 12. Listen up. If thou blow the spark, it shall burn, which is right. If you blow it, it'll burn. If thou spit upon it, it shall be quenched, and both these come out of thy mouth. You understand? So you have an option. You can either blow on the spark, which would flare it, or you can spit on it, which will quench it. You understand? Case in point. Daddy tell you to sweep the yard. You didn't do it. He comes 1 hour later and he's angry. And he says, didn't I tell you to sweep the yard? You know? That's the spark. You understand? Because daddy is angry. You know what I mean? You can spit on it by saying, I forgot, Dad. I'm sorry. Let me go ahead and do it right away. You know? And that will somehow diffuse the situation, you know, or prevent it from going any further. Versus if you go ahead and say, I'm always the one doing it. You know, or you call on one of your siblings, let them do it. That gets daddy angry, and that can escalate the situation. You know, hence you blew on the spark. You know what I mean? So we have to learn how to master the tongue. You understand? Speaking to myself as well. You know, let me reiterate that. Right? So, if we aren't your mouth, if we aren't careful, your mouth can be a free ticket to the afterlife. You know what I mean? And we don't want that. So as men of the Lord, not everything we see, we should make mention to. You understand? Sometimes we have to just learn how to keep our mouth. As with Benjamin out here would have said, keep your mouth, man. You know? Back to the book of Proverbs again. You know? Proverbs is a book loaded with wisdom. Watch this. Proverbs chapter 13 verse 3. He that keepeth his mouth keepeth his life, but he that openeth wide his lips shall have destruction. And this kill a lot of guys in the hoods, you know, and in the ghettos, you know, not learning how to keep your mouth. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to just learn how to just mind your own business as a man of the Lord. You know what I mean? Be about our Father's business and not about people's business, you know. Careful of the things that we utter, because there's death and life in the tongue, you know, pursuant to the book of Proverbs chapter 18 verse 21. You understand? And especially watch your tongue among the brothers. You know, if you have beef with a brother, if it so happens that you have beef with a brother, talk to him about it. Approach him straight and let him know that, listen, you did this or you said this and I don't like it. You know, let's, you know, talk about it. And if it need be, you bring it to the leader of the camp, you know, the older brothers, you know, and you squash it right then and there. But the whispering and the hypocrisy is a toxic trait. You see me? And that is going to do what? Repel peace among the brotherhood. You know, watch your tongue. Going back to the book of Ecclesiasticus again, you know, these are very powerful books. Ecclesiasticus and Proverbs. You understand? At this time I want Ecclesiasticus chapter 28 verse 13. 13, yeah. Check this out. Curse the whisperer and double-tongued, for such have destroyed many that were at peace. And a lie, you know, don't be that kind of brother. You understand? Don't be that whispering brother. You know, you see your fault with a brother, you whisper. You know, that's a very a conniving trait. You know, double tongue. You understand? You say one thing to a brother and you say another thing behind him back. You understand me? I say, don't be that brother. You know what I mean? So we can all learn from this piece of wisdom. You see, because it even taught me. You know? And that's how I know this is a spirit speaking. So at the end of the day, yo, in these times that we're living in, just watch your tongue. Tame the tongue, man. You know what I mean? Because judgment is being dished out at a higher rate. And you don't want to get judged because of your mouth. You know, we don't want that for ourselves. See? And that's pretty much it. That's all I had in the spirit. Point has been made. Lord willing, you were edified. You know? Kalala Yamla, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Praise to the name Yahweh, in the name Yahweh Shai. Baharakak Wadash in the Holy Spirit. Shalom.